good morning. We are Garrett Morgan Scholars. Today we are visiting the CMSD studio to interview the food service director, Chris Burkhardt. We'd also like to thank Fuel Up to Play 60 for this opportunity. Mr. Burkhardt?
Thanks so much, Morel. We're really excited to have you guys here, and thank you, Mr. Burkhardt, for being here as well.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, all right, well, let's get right into our first question. We're going to go right back to Morel. Morel, take it away. What's your question for Mr. Burkhardt?
How is the school menu put together?
Well, thanks for that question. That's probably the most asked question that I get on a daily basis. And the menu is actually put together by a committee. We have a committee of not only administrators within the district who actually administer the meals throughout the program, but we also have our cooks, our managers, and even students who play a part in one shape or another putting the menu together. We like to do a lot of taste tests with students to see what their preferences are and if they like some of the new products we're putting out. So it really is a team effort to come together to put the menu together.
That sounds like a pretty fun team to be on. How do I sign up? All right, well, let's get right into our second question.
Why does food have to be so bland?
Back in 2010, the Healthy Hunger Free Kids Act was passed. And what that did is change the nutrients that goes into school meals. Sodium as part of the school meal actually was reduced significantly. And as you know, sodium also enhances flavor and taste in foods. So we've had to come up with alternative menu options and alternative ways to make foods taste better. We actually have flavor stations that we added at all of our high schools. And those are shakers of spices that are salt-free, as well as sauces you can put on your entrees. So we're trying to make strides in making the food taste better, even though we're eliminating sodium, we're making things whole grain, and we're eliminating fats. All of things that add to the taste of the foods that you try every day. So as we go forward, we're trying different menu items, we're trying different recipes, and we value your feedback, so please continue giving us feedback on those items.
I'll totally give you some good old feedback here.
Well, that was wonderful. It sounds like you guys are making strides, but it's sort of a rite of passage to complain about school lunch as a student, right? So you understand.
Yes, absolutely. Airline food, hospital food, and school food. It's easy to poke holes in.
But the flavor stations, good addition. That's great. All right, so let's move on to our next question.
Hi, my name is Roslyn, and Mr. Burkhardt, I'm wondering why Pop-Tarts and donuts are served at breakfast. That can't be healthy.
Thanks for your question, Rosalind. And actually they are healthy. The donuts and Pop-Tarts that we serve in the district are actually formulated specifically for schools. So they're not the same donuts and Pop-Tarts you see in the grocery store. Although the grocery stores are changing to the products that we serve in schools. Our products are whole grain, they're lower in sodium, and they're actually lower in sugar. So they are actually healthy alternatives to the normal donuts you would see out in the grocery store, for example. So we encourage students to try different options. Obviously, donuts aren't an item that you should be eating every day. You should vary your options throughout the week, and so that you can get not only protein, but carbohydrates in the morning to fuel yourself for the day.
Thank you for your response.
Healthy Pop-Tarts and donuts, sign me up. What schools, where can I go? I want that for breakfast tomorrow.
So actually the Pop-Tarts and donuts are available in all of our schools every single day as part of our breakfast program. We actually have 15 options available to scholars every single day.
Wow, nice. All right, well, let's see what they have in store for you next. Let's go to another question.
Why is there not more variety in the menu?
That's also a great question. We try to put menus together that have foods that students want to eat. And we try to put together a menu that also encompasses what we can actually do within our kitchens. This past year, we've made a concerted effort to add more variety to the menus in the terms of entrees, fresh fruits and vegetables, and also ancillary items that we have also as part of the menu. Now, we've elongated that menu to be 3 or 4 options at the high schools on a daily basis, in addition to our regular item that we have across the district, on the menu every day. So what we are trying to do now is look at what other options students want. And that could be wraps and salads, that can be specialty bars like a taco bar or a soup station. So we're looking at all the different options right now. But right now we're looking at what items we have in the kitchen as far as equipment and training our staff so that we can offer more of a variety.
Variety is the spice of life. It sounds like you guys are really trying to mix it up. Let's get on to our next question.
Hello, my name is Toriano Carney, and I like the milk, but sometimes it's frozen.
Well, I'm so sorry to hear that. Sometimes in our milk coolers, if a milk gets pushed against the sidewall of the cooler, sometimes that could cause it to be frozen. So we actually go through a lot of milk every year. We go through thousands a day, actually about 30 to 40,000 servings of milk a day. So those get rotated, but every now and again I'm sure that some get pushed against the wall. But we're sorry for that, and we'll try to make it right. If you get a milk that's actually frozen, take it back to the cafeteria manager, and I'll happy to replace it with a new one.
Good tip. Glad to know that. And now I'm sure a lot of students will be happy to hear that. And I think we have one more question for you.
How much do the meals cost? Because they don't taste like the quality meals that I have at home or at a restaurant.
Great question. So we have about $3 to spend on each meal, and that comes from our federal reimbursement that we get. And of that $3, about half of it goes to our labor. So we're talking about $1.50 to put a meal together. Obviously, that's a very low amount to be able to put a meal together. If you were to go to a fast food restaurant in your area, you might get a meal for $4 or $5. So you can imagine that all 5 components of our meal have to be around the $1.50 to the $1.75 range. But we are looking at new alternatives this year. We've incorporated a lot of brand name products that you may know outside of the 4 walls of our district. So keep looking at the new menu items that we have available. Over the summer, we're going to retool the menu again, and hopefully next year you'll see some new changes.
Excellent. Well, we've learned a lot. Thank you so much for being here with us and answering these Garrett Morgan students' questions.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Thank you for answering our questions, Mr. Burkhardt. We've learned so much.